Hey guys, what's up? This is Awwyeeah and it's an honor to serve the king. Today we're going to take a look at the Sandbox weapons and we're going to sort of rank them in tiers and we're going to analyze just how good they are offensively, defensively, and in range. And we're going to also take a look at their physics. So let's take a look at them. I know there's a lot of them. I've been putting off doing this video just because there's so much of them. But we're just going to have to suck it up and actually just do this. So let's, without further ado, let's dive into the weapons. So we're only going to look at the new weapons. We sort of more or less know how the weapons on casual play and rank play, how they are, you know, the standard 10. So we're not going to review those, but we're going to look at the ones here. So we're going to go down the list and we're going to start off with their short spear. So short spear, let's use 2 of them. They are in 2 hands. Let's go ahead and test. Alright, so here we are. Short spear versus trading down. Alright, so as we can see off the bat, it sort of rotates. It's kind of slow. Its range attack, it's like duelist. So I imagine that this weapon might be a thrust type weapon, thrusting. Let's see how it does on the swing. On the swinging, it's not bad. It's not bad. So let's see it. It may feel different in slow motion. I notice a lot of the weapons, they feel one way normally, but then in slow motion it's a whole different story. So let's see how this is. Let's fight the... Alright, so as you can see, swinging it like a sword, there's a lot of drag. There's a lot of drag and it's swinging. But let's see how it does with thrust. So this is definitely a thrust type weapon, where you're supposed to be poking with. Alright, so this is a poke type weapon. That's interesting. I could see there being a play for that. As far as defensively goes, I don't think the training dummy actually attacks. So, but we can probably gather that you're just gonna do something like that. So, alright, let's see how. So it's gonna average about 88. Let's see, base close to almost 300, upper high 280s, I would say, in terms of head damage. So I think it's very balanced damage-wise, and so we're gonna move on to other weapons. So that was the short spear. All right, let's go take a look at the other weapons. I have to quit here. I don't even know how to quit. I've never quit a match before, to be honest. Alright, so I guess surrender. Yes, what does surrender mean? Alright, I think that's what we do. Okay, so we surrendered. Alright, so good. Alright, unfamiliar terms, you know? Alright, so we got this stick here. So we're gonna look at this stick. We're gonna use 2 of them. I think this stick, so it's sort of similar to the short spear, but it's faster. Let's see how it works. Where's she attack? I have to take another... But, let's see. Sort of feels, I guess, like a regular stick. So let's see what stick can. Let's see, its range attack is that of a knight, so that's good. So we can definitely stack and do some crazy combos with that. Alright, so let's see here. Oh man, yes, the stick is nice. It certainly feels nice. So it's basically a blunt sword. Alright, let's see how it does with the stabbing. So it can stab too. It can move like a knife blade. So, wow, this stick is actually really good. It's really good. This stick. Let's see what a headshot does. About 130, 184. Okay, so it's really good. Alright, so that was stick. Sticks are really good. Really good. And defense can pretty much figure that out. Alright, so sticks. Really good, really good. I like sticks. Stick, I'm impressed. So, alrighty. So, alright, let's do somebody that's gonna attack easy sword bot, okay? Do we have a hard sword bot? Alright, well, let's see if that one attacks more. So we're gonna move on to the Scimitar. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You guys understand what I'm saying. So this is the Scimitar. So this also rotates. So it's very fast. It reminds me of sort of the samurai. Let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, hopefully the bot attacks me. Alright, so I think he will. Yeah, he looks serious, like he's ready to go. Alright, so... Oh, what? He has a gun blade. Okay, you're cool. Anyways, yeah, this is not about you, it's about me. So, I mean, well, it's not about me, it's about the weapons. That's what I meant to say. Alright, so... defending is pretty good, so it's pretty good defense. Let's see what his range attack is about. Okay, so it's like a samurai blade. So, dual scimitars are pretty nice. Alright, so let's see physics. Alright, so physics, we're just sort of slicing with the wind. It's very fast, so when you slice the wind, it does higher damage. And it's very smooth on the physics. As far as rotating, it does slow down a little bit. So it's meant to definitely be a weapon that slices the wind. As you can see, just like that. Yeah, it's definitely a very nice weapon, I feel. So this one is based around agility, and it's pretty big, so it can cover quite a large defensive area. And so it's good. So slice the wind, just going like that. Oh man, that's just insane. So this is a nice weapon. It feels great on physics. We'll look at damage here in a second once this guy is done attacking me at the speed of turtle. Alright, so we're gonna charge. No, you don't. Okay. Headshot 416, body shot 318. Well, he had vulnerability, so let's see if we can get through. So, one thing I noticed is that when you are trying to weave the blade like so, it does a little bit of speed. So I have to get a hit off for him. Just see what normal damage looks like. It certainly hurts on vulnerability. Alright. So there, just do head tap, 188. Hit your body, 140. Then lower body, 106. Okay, so it's not bad. Let's see full speed. Let's see if we can get a full speed head tap. Nope, this guy is, for an easy body, he's sure eager to attack. Alright, let's finish doing this thing. Alright, let's see a full speed head attack. 283. Okay, so that's not bad. So that was just H.o.w.a.r.d, guys. So we're gonna get out of here before he attacks me again. Alright, so I guess we'll continue using that guy. Did he disappear? Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna do the deer horn blade. See, there's two of them. That's what it looks like. Okay, it does not rotate, so it's meant to be a weapon to attack with. So I guess this edge here, this tip, the damaging portion, but it may be that you can use the entire body blade. So let's go ahead and test this out. Alright. There we go. Alright, let's see what range attack is. Okay, so it's sort of similar to the flail, I guess, but it doesn't change. Oh, it does change in size. So the more you swipe it, the bigger it gets. Okay, so alright, defensively, same thing. Just use it to block your body, pretty much. Nothing special to it. Let's see how it does in damage. Alright. Okay. So, definitely weave and rotate this weapon. You can get some crazy angles on it. You can do some crazy strikes, sort of similar to that of ninja, the katars. So, if I was to describe it, it's definitely a curved ninja blade, a ninja katar. That's what it feels like. So, it's a decent weapon. I would say in terms of power, I would give it a rating of about a B or a C. So about a B or a C in rating. Alrighty, so yeah, pretty straightforward. Defensive, has utility. And in terms of damage, it does a decent amount of damage. So I'd probably put this in the B category. But it's not overly amazing, it's not overpowered, but certainly really good to use. So, alright, okay, so let's go back toward easy bot. Alright, try Glaive. So, try Glaive. Pretty much know what this is, so we're not going to use that one. We're going to skip those. The katana, it's a one-handed katana with no shield. So, it's pretty much, if you use the katana in-game, it's pretty much the same thing, except it doesn't have a shield on. It's just a single these two, and that's one thing. So, let's look at them. Alright, hammer. If this was looks alone, I would have to give this S tier because it's just super. Alright, so let's look at its range attacks. Amazing. It does such high damage. It does a lot of damage. I could see here, by defending, I could already tell that the physics are not there yet. The hammer definitely needs to be tuned where either it refreshes easier, because it's super difficult to get that refresh. I have to pull my arms all the way back here to get it to refresh. And it's a drag when you're up against an opponent that can attack very fast. And you can see that this easy bot is going really slow. And even though it's going really slow and I have 2 weapons, I'm having trouble keeping up refreshing the hammers with this blade. So let me go in and attack. So it does a lot of damage, but I have to pull the weapon all the way back, like all the way back to get it to refresh. So it's definitely a slow weapon where you're like, I'm coming at you at turtle speed, and if you land a hit, it does a lot of damage, but you give a lot of time for your opponent to prepare to actually use it. And I don't think it would be, like in normal combat, it would be functional, just due to how slow it is. And let's see how it is on a rotationary type attack. Alright. Yeah, it's definitely, its refresh needs to be pushed forward or made easier or something, because it's definitely hard to use. So let's see how it is on just like a rotationary attack. So you can't use it like that. As you see, it doesn't refresh at all. It has to pass your body. It has to pass your body to be used. So if your hammer doesn't go past the body, it's not going to refresh. So it has to go past your body. I'm trying to get it out. See if I can do some high damage here using how fast I can dish out some damage. It's just too slow. Yeah, and it rotates in your hand very slowly too. Yeah, I mean, if I was to rank this weapon right now, it's not F because of one reason. Its range attack is amazing and it does decent damage. So I would have to place this in D, in a D tier. Just because the physics are horrible right now and it needs to be pushed forward and frustrating forward. So that's hammer. Let's go on to the next weapon, render. Alright, let's go. Alright, we're gonna look at the knives now. Knives. The knives, kind of a backwards blade. You attack like so. Alright, there's no way to hold it any other way. Go forward. Alright. Knives. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's see. Range attack. So, I guess you sort of tap it forward defensively. Feels very... You have to swipe down on weapons. Okay, so you're holding it like you have to hold the weapon above your shoulders and you're defending by coming down. Like so. Okay, it's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, you're swiping the attack. So, you're always supposed to have your blades in the ear. It's something that you can... Yeah, you don't want to curve or move like that because it's slow, but you want to come down fast with the weapon. Alright, let's see how it is on attacks. So sort of using the crazy monkey technique. You don't want to rotate the blade. Let's see, swiping. So you can swipe side to side, that's usable. And you can do sort of like a motion like this too. Interesting. It's not bad. Let's see the range attack. It's like the dagger, and it goes super fast. This weapon has like extremely high missile speed, and so that's something. Let's see. Yeah, you want to always use the sharp edge of the blade to lead the weapon. It's fast, but you have to use the edge alignment. This is a super edge alignment weapon. Let's just see it again in action. So, just like that, swiping, yeah, edge alignment is key. Edge alignment is key. That's cool. Yeah, it's nice. See, it just takes a little getting used to. Alright. So, if I was to give this weapon a ranking, it would have to be between, it would be a C tier or a B minus. It's really good. It's really good. Definitely takes some getting used to, because I think this is the only weapon that is actually backwards in the game. So it might be, maybe it just requires a high skill cap to get used to over time, but it's not a bad weapon. It's very good. Yeah. and it's super fast. I think I'm gonna actually, for the reason of the range and how fast it is and how often you can probably use it to catch your opponents off guard and just injury star them, I'm gonna move this up to B tier. So this is definitely B tier. Alright, so that was the knives. Going to go. Alright, so we're gonna try not the pistol because that's never gonna be used ever. Let's check out the long swords. Alright, here you go. Basically, it's a long sword. Alright. So not quite like the Night Blade. It's a single hit point. Very nice design, if I might say. Oh, it shoots like the Crusader Weapon. Uses a lot of energy. It's probably something I should have spoke more about, but it's okay. So in terms of defense, it's really good. Covers a large portion of body. So let's see. In terms of swinging, it's about what I would expect. We go in. I guess he's sort of showing the physics for us. But let's see how much we can push this to its limit. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna do a headshot to 169, and then we're gonna come in here 90 seconds. So it's decent balance in terms of weapon damage. And in terms of speed, it's pretty good. Physics feel what you would expect from a one-handed blade. So it's decent. It's decent. Its damage, range damage is about 100. Has utility. It's a little. Let's see the speed. Let's see if I can analyze the speed real quick. I don't know if there's any way to modify the speed. So the speed is about just you can shoot multiple. I guess that's an advantage. So this weapon is definitely I would have to put it possibly B or A tier. I would have to say honestly, because it's so simplistic to use and the physics are good, I would put this in A tier. So this would be an A tier weapon. Very easy to use, does balance damage, and covers a large area of your body. Defense. So definitely 8. In terms of range, I'm not that impressed with the range. If I was to rank it based on this range, I would give it a C. Yeah, but I have to place this in D. So that was the longsword. Okay, so let's see our next weapon here, the blaster. So the Mega Man Blaster. Yes. So Mega Man Blaster. When you start the game, you will see the Mega Man Blaster as sort of the first weapon types that you face. And the guy is just shooting at you like boom, boom, boom. But basically, it's just a chargeable finger blade. You get 2 of them, and it just does a lot of damage. So, I mean, let's see. It's basically a guitar. So, okay. You see that charge damage did about almost 500, 400 the other on lower body hits. So let's see what it does in attack. So I guess you sort of attack them. Okay, so it's a melee boxing weapon, but it seems to not refresh. Like, you have to bring it back to your chest. So it does decent damage, actually. I'm surprised. Yeah, it actually does decent damage. Because it is a... Let's see, does it consume energy to shoot? It does. So it's a ranged weapon, but it still it uses energy to attack. So, if I was to rate this weapon, because it can actually do decent damage melee, and its range attack is basically the Ninja Katana, I'm gonna place this in C. C rating. Oh, did a lot of damage. Yeah, this is a C tier. For sure. Alrighty, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Alrighty, okay, here we are. So we are going to take a look at the War Axe. Here it is right here. It's this very shiny looking weapon. Here we go, War Axe. Let's see. It can rotate, has the possibility to rotate, but it's not meant to rotate. Let's see. Oh, has the Knight range attack. Alright. Or let's see here. Alright, in terms of attack, Alright, it's not meant to swipe with because it suffers from drag. Obviously, if I use it backwards, how's it feel? It still suffers from drag, so let's see. I'm not really sure how this weapon is supposed to be used because it seems like you can't just swing it. Maybe it's supposed to be quick strikes. Let me see. Yeah, swinging it. Alright, let's go ahead and just swing it. So it looks like this sort of suffers from similar physics of that of the hammer, where this is supposed to be large swings. It's a large swing weapon, but for the amount of time that you have to generate momentum to use it, it doesn't deal a lot of damage. And so it's functional as a weapon, but honestly, I would have to place this in the low C D tier as a weapon. Yeah. So this is going to be definitely D. So we place these weapons in the D tier. Alright, moving on. So the short sword, basically a shorter version of the long sword. Love the look and feel. See what range attacks are that of the rapier. Nice. Feels good to move, maneuver. On an attack. Yeah. Does about 100, 68, 93, 94. It's very fast, very easy to use, very smooth, very effective. Wow. Yeah, these weapons are definitely very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. Alright, so, wow. If I was to say, out of all the weapons I've tried so far, this is definitely my favorite. Just feels very well tuned. And if I'm completely honest, these weapons actually feel, in terms of physics, probably not damage, but in terms of physics, these weapons are probably ready to be added to the roster of the in-game. They feel very great to use. I would actually argue, I would replace the ninja katars with these. They feel better to use, and so I would definitely give the short sword an A. If not, I'm actually tempted to say S tier. I'll place him in S tier just because it feels awesome. So this is an S tier weapon. Alright, Chakram. So these rotate in your hand. There's no way to actually let go, so it's actually attached to your arm the whole time. So let's see how these weapons. Right off the bat, I can tell like these weapons cover your entire body. Your entire body. Like this is such an ultra defensive weapon. Like, if you get hit using these, something's up. This is like such a something's up. But as you can tell, these weapons are very nice. Very nice. Let's see what its range attack is like. This guy, this easy bot, give me a chance. I'm probably gonna change you back for the other bot. Okay, you're giving me too much trouble. Alright, let's see what its range attack is. Oh wait, the range attack, it stays within the ring. That's interesting. And you just sort of, I guess, angle it where you want it to go. Interesting. See, so this is like that of the Reaper. So it takes time to use. Like, alright. See. It seems like you have to use it on the outside. Okay, that's really good. Let's see how it is in attack. Alright. Let's see. I need to pay attention here. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Not only is it big, but it slices the air like butter. And let's see if I let it go, what it does. Alright, well, in terms of usage, it's very fast. I have to say, his range attack is extremely strong, his defense is extremely strong, and then his offense is extremely strong. So this weapon is definitely an A tier. The Chakrams are definitely A tier. Yeah, impressed. Feel good. I thought they were gonna feel awkward to use, but not at all, not in the slightest. And so, next weapon, let's look at the Glaive. Basically, it's a pointy version of the Tri-Glaive. But for the sake of trying out, let's try out two. Big weapon. It's just massive. It's definitely a lot thicker than that of the Dragoon Glaive. And so let's see, what is this range attack? So Knight style attack, okay. So we can use two of them. It doesn't do a lot of damage. You can see it does about half the damage of that of the Knight range attack. And the physics are exactly that of Dragoon. And so it's basically two Dragoons. Does a lot of damage. Very fast. Oh man, this weapon destroys. It's definitely very big. You can definitely get around guards. Oof. Alright, so I think I've seen enough. This weapon, ranged, it's about a B, a C, but its maneuverability, its damage, and just because if you use two of them and how massive they are, you're gonna have to put this also in A tier. So definitely an A tier weapon. So, alright, on to the next weapon, the Mace. The Mace is such a... Alright, let's see how the physics feel for the... Alright, very spiky. A flail on a stick, my type of weapon. Alright, let's see. Okay, so it's basically the Crusader weapon. Doesn't seem to deal too much damage. Looks like you can rotate it a little bit. It can be rotated, so it can get a little bit of speed on defense. Let's see how it is on offense. So on offense, ooh, it does a lot of damage. Ooh, so it's basically, can you imagine the flail on a stick? This is it. Physics can be a little bit awkward to use because it does have a bit of drag if you try and reverse directions. Certainly a usable weapon. You use it like a flail on a stick. Basically, instead of the string guiding the weapon, you are guiding the weapon with your hand. You are the momentum. Your hand and your movement is momentum. You can't rely on the string anymore. You actually have to move your hand as if you are guiding the flail. So it's interesting, but certainly I can feel it gains a bit of speed. So let's see if I can boxing bag him. Yeah, it definitely can. If you figure out a way not to self-hit yourself. Alright, I think I've seen enough. So this weapon, oops, wrong one. As you can see, it is a nice weapon, has some interesting physics. It's not bad, so I won't place it in the C tier. I would say it's about a B tier weapon, just get down to physics. It's a decent weapon. So, the flail, B tier. Alright, great sword. Well, basically, it's a great sword with just one hitbox. So, if you play Knight, you already know, pretty weapon. And so, one hitbox, great sword. But I guess we'll try it out just for trying it out. Suppose it's slightly and it warrants being tested. As you can see, you can do a wheel two of these. They're one single hitbox. See, does low damage. Okay. Attack. Here it comes. So I see one hit shatters the entire blade. Alright, one hit shatters the entirety of the blade. So it's just super big, that's all. So it's basically you get double the blocking power of a regular Knight blade in terms of spacing. So you can cover different parts of your body. As far as the Knight blade, it has the same blocking capacity in sort of retrospect, but it's in one singular point. Versus this, you can spread it out. Like if you were getting attacked by someone with two weapons, you would probably prefer using this over the Night Blade. Okay, so that's defense. So let's see offense. It does massive amounts of damage. Oh my gosh, it's just... Oh my gosh. Ooh, it's just destroys. And this is on no vulnerability. Guys, this is on no vulnerability. I could have killed him if I wanted, but I didn't want him to fight that way. He's been such a great sport. And so definitely I'm gonna have to put these weapons in S tier for just its raw amount of power and defensive capability. And so the Great Sword, S tier. So far we have 2 weapons in the S. It's the Wacky Sashi Ash. Wacky Ash. Okay, basically one Katana. Very fast weapon. Wacky Ashi. I hope I'm saying that right. I really don't know if I am, but we'll see. As you can clearly see, this is a very high speed weapon. Let's see. Okay, had a feeling, yep, it's gonna be samurai type ranged attacks. Very fast on defense, very fast. But you do have to slice the wind. You do have to slice the wind. Let's see how it is on defense. So here, you have to use your wrist. You're using your wrist because if you move it with your hand, you are going to lose control. But if you use your wrist to sort of... It's a very, very fast weapon. It's nice. Okay. Decent is decent. I mean, it's not overpowered. Try and get a strike in there. Headshot, 203, and lower body, 88. Very balanced weapon. Very balanced. I'm gonna... Seen enough here. This weapon, the Wacky Ashi, I'm gonna have to place in the A tier. Yes, A tier weapon. Alright, here we have the Kama. Basically, it's a one-handed sight. One-handed sight. Go ahead and test these out. Okay, they seem to rotate in your hand. Yeah, I don't know if that's how they're meant to be used, but the range attack is that of a Reaper. So you can attack in 2 directions. Oh my gosh. In terms of range attack, definitely A tier. A tier, if not A tier. If you use 2 of them, this is definitely an S tier combo on range attack. You can probably just kill somebody using range attacks alone. Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is probably a range weapon. Let's see. It doesn't do a lot of damage. So the bulk of its damage, I would say, definitely comes from its range attack. Because I'm hitting for not a lot of damage, but you sort of do like a crisscross motion to attack. In terms of defense, let's see, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, you're just using it, blocking, maneuvering it to block. It has some hard physics here. That it can be unforgiving in terms of physics, but just the fact that you can use 2 of these at a time, hitting for 300 every time they land, it's just, this weapon is really nice. And so I'm gonna have to place this weapon in... I'm gonna have to place it in B tier. B tier because it's usable offensively, but it does really low damage. Like, this is more or less a support type weapon. But if we were to base this on its range capabilities alone from using 2 of them, definitely S tier. This would be an S tier range type weapon. So I guess if you were somebody who wanted to hang back and just use your range attacks to overwhelm your opponent, here's your weapon right here. But overall, I'm gonna have to place this in the B tier. Alright, look at the Hatchet. Just a very beautiful weapon. See how it hits. Okay, that's some rotationary capability in the hand. Its range attacks, beautiful. You see how much damage it does. About 1/3 of that of the hammer. But it is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, slightly faster than the hammer. Let's see. Its physics, oh boy. Jeez. It sort of suffers from the same physics that hammer does. That's not a good sign. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so slow. And it doesn't do a lot of damage. you have to pull it all the way back, but you deal decent damage if you manage to pull it all the way back. It is slightly easier to use than the hammer, I will say. Pretty much seen all I need to see. This weapon is a C tier because it's not completely horrible. It's usable. It's just extremely slow. It can benefit from being slightly faster and possibly having its refresh also pushed up, just like the hammer. And I think it would be a great weapon to use. It would be, probably with those changes, it could be about a B or A tier weapon. It just needs slight adjustments. So just make it slightly faster and make the refresh easier. And I think it would be a good weapon. So here we go. Okay, almost through here. We're not gonna look at the fish because fish is a meme weapon. We're serious here. So I guess the only other we have about 3 more to go. So but I don't think the giant sword is actually included in the box. Let's look at the Crescent Blade. All the meme weapons were not, because technically they don't count. So here we are. This giant thing. I don't even figure out the range attack. All right, so it's basically Night Blade. See if I can land a hit. It's hard to use. The range is definitely hard to use. And okay, so it has how many hitboxes? 1. It has 2 hitboxes. Interesting. So this can guard a large amount of your body. Ooh, defensively, this is pretty. This can pretty much cover your entire body defensively. All right, interesting. Let's see how it handles on attack. All right, so imagine you just rotating the edges like so. Ooh. Okay, so it's a rotation. It's like, okay, if I was to describe this weapon, it's like a monk staff with 2 large shields on it. A shielded monk staff, yes. That's what I would. Let's see what it would look like if I use it just like I would use my monk staff. This will be interesting. Interesting. So, a shielded monk staff with a larger defensive box. So let me try and use it. Okay, so the thing is, you can use it like monk staff, but edge alignment is key. You can't forsake the edge alignment. The edge alignment, yeah, you can definitely use it just like the monk staff, but you have to pay attention to the edge alignment. It's a very skillful weapon to use. I think I've seen enough. So, this weapon, it's not horrible, and it's not overly amazing. It's definitely, I'm gonna have to put this in the B category, B tier weapon. So, there you go. Nice weapon overall. Okay, alright, so I believe we have, I'm gonna save the Great Axe for last, just because I know you guys all want to see the Great Axe. Make you guys wait. Alright, let's look at the H.o.w.a.r.d. Basically, it's a Reaper weapon with instead of the long curved blade, it has like the axe on the top. Let's see how this H.o.w.a.r.d. Alright, the H.o.w.a.r.d. So, got the shield there, so you know what's gonna happen when you get hit there. It's gonna regenerate. Let's see, it has the Reaper type style range attack, so the hitbox shatter to the very top there. Alrighty. Alright, so okay, Reaper, he does about the same exact damage as Reaper. Alright, and handles, if I'm not mistaken, even faster than that of the Reaper blade. It's very fast. Very fast weapon. Able to reverse directions quicker than a Reaper blade. So this is a better Reaper blade in terms of raw speed and able to maneuver better than the Reaper blade. The only disadvantage that only advantage that the Reaper blade has over the H.o.w.a.r.d. is that it has a curved blade and it's probably able to get behind enemy line of sight and just deal damage on their back or shoulder a lot easier than this one can. But I think in terms of everything else, it is probably easier to guard with, being that it's just so much faster than a Reaper blade. So I'm gonna have to place this the H.o.w.a.r.d. in the A tier because this weapon can be a problem to deal with, especially if you have a player who's like a Reaper main. Oh yeah, this would be very hard to deal with. And so let's call it the H.o.w.a.r.d. an A tier weapon. 18. So here we go. Okay, I think we have just 2 more to go. Let's look at the long. Alright, long spear. Doesn't rotate. Handles backwards. So you hold it backwards. So automatically you can tell like this weapon wants you to jab with it. As you can see, like I'm struggling to refresh this weapon. Alright, so let's see how it handles this. What is this range attack? Okay, it's sort of, you have to use it. Oh, you can use it with one hand, which seems easier, but then when you two-hand it, you have to like shimmy it. And it feels a little awkward to use two-handed. I don't know if I would ever use it for that reason. But let's see how it handles one-handed. So one-handed, oh my gosh, does no damage. Oh, it doesn't rotate, so it's just meant to poke. But when you two-hand it, it does double the damage, but it's still double the damage is nothing right now for the speed that it the required pullback. Alright, so I think I've seen enough. This weapon, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to assign this weapon to the F tier. Definitely needs to have its pushback put forward, and it needs to be faster. It needs to be able to jab a lot more frequently, and for it to get past the awkwardness of using it two-handed. If it did enough damage and was fast enough that you can use it two-handed and just jab frequently and it felt more accurate, then yeah, but right now it's just lacking so many categories, and it doesn't yeah, definitely F tier weapon. Sorry, Poker Glaive, I don't even remember its name, but yeah, it needs some work. Alrighty, for a great axe, I believe I did miss something. I believe I do need to, I'm gonna use a rapier. I also want to look at some options we have here. Let's look at the tower shield, because this is basically, it's long shield. Just like the Crusader shield. Let's show you how the size of the Crusader shield, the heater, about that size. Tower shield is about double. So it's basically a longer version of your Crusader shield. So larger hitbox you can cover, and yeah, about the same rate that it will shrink. It's just longer. So I would say it's, in terms of defensive capability, able to block more. This is definitely A tier. And let's look at our round. Massive. Oh, look at that. Massive. So you're meant to hold it down like and use it. It just covers a lot. So this is definitely a huge weapon. Just cover your body. Something I don't think happens. I don't think these shields gain back health block with your weapon on offense. But in terms of defense, this shield is definitely another defense. I mean, if I was to pick one out of there, of course I would, love to with yours because it's fast. Let's see this. Alright, tower shield about the same speed. Round shield definitely slower. So this is slower but larger blocks. So this would probably be about, just in terms of raw block, but it is slow. I'm gonna have to put the B category. Tower shield would definitely be in the A because it's a longer version. Heater shield, and so yeah, interesting. So heater shield and tower shield, which one is better out of the two? I'm a little bit biased. I'm gonna have to lean shield, but the tower shield def cover a greater area amount of body. So this would probably edge out beat the heater. So just for that reason, perhaps this would be A and the heater A minus. So yeah, that was the shields. So I guess that's all that we were missing from over here. And the last one that I want to see, the great axe. Oh my god, weapon. If we were just to judge this on definitely S tier. Definitely S tier. Let's see. The great axe. There we are. Handles really good, very smooth. Let's see what it's like. So it's a night weapon. Okay. So basically, it handles like that of the hammer, the big hammer. And it has how many? 2 hitboxes. So it breaks there and also breaks the staff. Interesting. So let's see how much damage. Oh no, you don't. Ooh, did I just do 2 hits in one? So this has 2 hitboxes. One very small one for the staff, and a massive one when you get an edge alignment. So this is, it's just tears through opponents. Let me see. I need to see that again in action. Let's see, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like it does double the damage when you catch some speed. Let's see that again. If this guy would let me attack. Alright. There we go. Alright, attacking now. Let's get some. Okay. After a while, you have to change directions. Does a decent amount of damage. It's about what I would expect from a giant axe. It's not extremely overpowered. Alright, I think I've seen enough. So this weapon, definitely, it's hard to stop it from dealing damage, but it is doable. Damage it deals is very balanced, I think, for an axe, what it does. It plays like the hammer, and so for that reason, I think I'm going to have to place this weapon in the B tier. And I know a lot of people are going to give me a lot of flack for that, but I do feel this is a B tier weapon because one of the things I noticed is that the staff does very minimalistic damage, and you have to utilize edge alignment on the head to actually gain momentum and speed. Unlike the blunt hammer where you can just hit from any direction in reverse without any much issues. And so for me, I think this is a B tier weapon. Range attack is pretty normal. Does have 2 blocking points. But I would say it's a B tier. And so let me know what you guys think about that. Definitely leave comments if you disagree about that ranking. And I believe that is all. I think we looked at all the weapons, and that will conclude the Sandbox weapon analysis for this time. Alright, it's an honor to serve the king, and hope to see you guys next time.